two of the three stats I wanted you to know. Here's the third one. The Dallas Cowboys, we know how good their offense has been this year, but their home-road splits are really fascinating. Look at these numbers. In their home games this year, 41 points, 441 yards. On the road, you see those numbers fall off substantially. Only once have they scored 30 points on the road this season. And so I have a question about the Cowboys because, look, we all understand Jerry Jones actually had a very good offseason with one enormous exception, right? He brought in George Pickens. He brought in Javonte Williams. He did a lot of really good things. Trading away Micah. If they had Micah Parsons right now, we might be talking about them as a Super Bowl team. Could they make a trade for something on defense that would make them a Super Bowl contender in your eyes right now?
I mean, they should try. I don't know that they can because what they've lost in Micah Parsons was the centerpiece. We talked about Jonathan Taylor being the centerpiece of the Colts offense. They lost that centerpiece of their defense. And finding someone to replace that may improve their defense some, but I'm not sure that it gets them to a level to be legitimate contenders. But the way that they're playing right now on offense, you have to try something.
Maxx Crosby, could they get the Raiders are terrible. They're going to be terrible for a while. They might as well trade their best player and start rebuilding or all that kind of stuff.
No, you're laughing. Look, it's out there. And here's the deal. He did sign a 3-year extension in March with the new ownership group and the new GM, John Spytek.
That hurts.
They all guaranteed money.
There goes my idea.
Yes.
No, but it's been out there because of how bad they are, and they are awful right now. But Maxx Crosby is a cornerstone piece, and I did their game week 2 against the Chargers, and to a man, everyone said he's the first guy in, he's the culture setter. I just can't imagine the Raiders trading Maxx Crosby, although if I'm the Cowboys, I'm calling every hour on the hour, can we get Maxx Crosby?
So the same Cowboys, let me back to them.
Right.
So the same Cowboys
right.
who traded away their best player, their pass rusher.
Right.
Now you want them to call the Las Vegas Raiders to get their best pass rusher?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
What? Yeah. Because again, every move that Jerry makes doesn't make sense collectively. That's what's so frustrating about them because they had Micah Parsons and they didn't want to re-sign him. I just feel like with the Cowboys, I don't think they're just one move away. And this is not a team that likes to make moves. They clearly before this offseason, they don't like to make these sort of trade deadline type of
they like
big
to make moves but the day before the season.
I really slightly disagree.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced they aren't just one player away. That offense is that good, and they just the defense is. And
you think they're one player away? Yes.
Well, I think that they are. They need something that generates some big plays on their defense. They're not going to become a good defense this year. But
what is Jerry supposed to say?
Jerry just came out and said that their best part of their team was being able to rush the passer. So,
I'm not sure what he's watching, but they're really not doing that well.
That's what I'm saying. So it depends on where he thinks he needs to trade for, right? Where does he think? Then he get better in the middle of their defense. So that's the part that you don't trust with Jerry is if he's telling you that already that's where he is.
Contract things aside, if you put Maxx Crosby on that team, I think Eberflus's defense needs a strong defensive line.
For sure.
Good. That improves it. So if you connect this trade with the Micah Parsons trade, and if it does happen, then you end up trading Micah Parsons and say you send a 1 to get Maxx Crosby. You trade Micah Parsons for Kenny Clark and Maxx Crosby. That feels like a more logical way to build a team than what they've done so far. It starts to make Jerry's plan, if there is one, make a little bit more sense.
It would look like it was a plan.
I would have rather had Micah than all this. However, I could see how.
Final word, quick.
They just need the bare minimum on defense.
Right.
Their offense is that good, and you saw when Bland has a pick 6, suddenly it's if you get one big play on defense, we can compete.
That's it. Play with your hair on fire. Try and force a couple of turnovers and see if you can get anything done. Much more football as
Soda going to be a big one. Oh, Cowboy and the Kid. How about the miraculous comeback from the Denver Broncos and Bo Nix last week? Walk-off field goal to take this thing. And then you're looking at the hottest quarterback in the NFL with Dak Prescott. George Pickens, CeeDee Lamb coming back. They're throwing it all over the field. They're scoring as much as anybody in the NFL against a great defense in the Denver Broncos. This is going to be a big-time game. I'm excited to see. This is kind of like a telltale. Do we think the Cowboys could potentially be a playoff team? They got to beat a good defense and a good team like the Broncos.
Aggressive defense of the Broncos, and to see if the Cowboys can go win on the road. I think Jeff mentioned that maybe we're considering the Cowboys a playoff-type team, hopefully if things go well, but that defense is going to have to do more than what they've done up until this point, or Dak's going to have to score a touchdown on every drive, which They might be able to. I think there's like 60% now on scoring touchdowns or scoring on drive. So this team and watching Pickens continue to get more and more comfortable in that offense. The matchup between that offense going up against that Broncos defense is going to be really fun to watch.
Hey, I got a question. Did you go back to Seaport? Because are you in a different room?
No, it's the same room. I got here late. They zoomed on me. They zoomed on me.
Get some room, bro.
Hey.
Not saying that.
I didn't like your thinking face either. I could tell. I got nervous because I could see your face. You was like this. I was like, he got the thinking face on.
Yeah. What is going on? All right, guys. Thanks so much. I forgot what I was talking about. Close the curtains on those two.
Get up, bottom of the hour. So,
have you heard the reports? We haven't heard from him in a long time. Good to see, actually. Trey Wingo reported that the Dallas Cowboys have inquired about trade for Maxx Crosby potentially, which obviously Trey Wingo used to work at ESPN. I think he does have sources of some sort, might still have them. Good to see you, Trey. Good to see you, Trey. Out there doing it. The Spotrac immediately puts together a bunch of numbers for if he was to be traded, what it would cost, when it would cost it. 2 years of guaranteed money out of the Spotrac folks, first year and second year. Then everything else not guaranteed. Basically, the offsetting money comes in March 2nd of next year as the guarantees. Yeah, here's the entire thing. Crosby's $29 million 2027 salary becomes guaranteed next March, making it a 2.5-year, $80 million contract for practical purposes. 20.3 guaranteed, 30 million guaranteed in 2026. So first 3 years potentially fully guaranteed there. That price, though, for a Maxx Crosby makes you wonder, well, if you're going to pay that to Maxx, could you have paid something to Micah? But we're not even going to get into that road. But now that everybody kind of knows what the numbers are exactly for Maxx, and Trey Wingo is reporting that people are interested in potentially trading for him, does that mean more people also probably interested behind the scenes, BA, if they understand that maybe Maxx is available at this point?
Yeah, if he's out there, somebody's shopping. And when you hear that stuff, so there'll be a lot of folks that want to get in on Maxx Crosby, I promise you that.
What makes Maxx different? Obviously his motor. Is that everything?
I think when you think of Jared Allen and he's all those guys wrapped in one. I mean, he's relentless. And does he have the biggest, strongest looking body? No, but man, he's powerful. But his motor is unbelievable.
He's also a menace. It feels like he would be a great Cowboy.
He has unbelievable hands. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I love watching Maxx. You could have 3 different defenders at different levels get to him, and he does such a good job. He's never looking at his blocker. He's always looking at the quarterback, wherever the ball is, and he's just so good flipping his hips, flipping his shoulders, his hands. Like, he never lets guys get a good shot on him, and he can also, though, you have to be able to bull rush as well. So Maxx definitely has the power, but he's so fluid with his hands and just relentless. He just doesn't let anybody block him. Like, it's really fun to watch.
He actually fights in the offseason, right? Isn't that like his thing? He does a lot of hand work, obviously mitt work, cardio work. He has a battery and energy that I don't think anybody else has in the entire league. Obviously, he works on his technique. His work ethic is tremendous. His tats look very cool. We got to see him live whenever the Raiders played against Colts. He looks so cool. Yeah. He would be a cool Cowboy. That would be a very
Condor the Cowboy.
That would be a very cool Cowboy. Yeah. And Jerry Jones goes, "This fucking guy's available?" Remember, I said, hey, I got these picks now. You never know what's going to happen. People never think I'll bring in another pass rusher. Same, a little bit older, maybe, actually. This guy, he's already been paid. This guy's a little bit older. Nobody would expect
cheaper, too.
Nobody would expect me to give up a couple firsts for that. Boom! Then the Magic Man does it again. Look at the landman pulling this thing off. Maxx Crosby now is getting to the quarterback. And the Dallas Cowboys all the way back. We got MVP Dak. Everybody's calling me a big dumb dipshit. MVP Dak Prescott. Now we got the Condor playing for the Cowboys. And don't look now, Zebraflu's excited. Jerry Jones has a chance to really do something sweet here. And then he has a chance to walk his ass right out to those cameras. Probably big tucking. Had to. Bring him in. What'd I fucking say? And then he gets a chance to flex, which is why I think this is possible. That's the only reason why I think it's possible is because Jerry Jones will take a victory lap if he's able to accomplish this. And Maxx Crosby, I think we know exactly who he is. Now, he got hurt, I believe.
Yeah, I think he had a groin. He didn't finish the game versus the Chiefs.
So we don't know his health status, but he's a guy that we know is going to be productive.
Yes.
Like all the time. So that would be a home run type signing for anybody. But Jerry Jones, definitely, with everything that took place in the offseason.
Yeah, and AJ talked about his hands, like his bend. He plays well against the run, the pass, and usually guys who have that type of effort down in and down out, we kind of like to put him him in that bucket of like, oh, he's just a lunch pail guy. He's going to show the work. But he has high-end, like, elite pass rushing traits as well. And he's going to elevate anybody on that defense. I don't care if you run his own coverage, if you're on a man coverage. Having a guy like that doesn't come off the field, I mean, that's going to boost that entire roster.
I mean, it's just got classic Jerry written all over it. If they do get him, he's going to say, well, that was the plan all along. Duh. What are you talking about?
You think I thought the Raiders were going to be good?
Yeah. That Michael's a shitbird. That's why we got him out of here. Maxx Crosby, he's a Cowboy. So we're going to – but ultimately, like, this just makes them look good, right? Because, like, we had Shefty on yesterday and asked him about that, and he was like – this has always been the answer from the Raiders is people reach out about him and it's no, we're not trading him. We're not doing that. So like they can put hey, sources tell me that the Cowboys are snooping around in Vegas. They want like that doesn't mean anything because if the
you're talking about Trey Wingo's report.
That is exactly what I'm talking about. You know, I mean it's a nice phrasing because it does. You know,
you're talking about Wingos.
I mean,
what's it going to take to get him?
That's the question.
You're talking about Trey Wingo right now?
Yes, I am.
Really?
You know what? I get it.
Trey Wingo?
It's out there. I get it.
We're bringing it.
I mean, it means nothing.
Trey Wingo gets a little chirpy, doesn't he?
Yeah, I'm a big Trey Wingo is full of shit guy. That's me.
Is that you?
Yeah, I'm a big. Sorry, I should have done the full sentence. I'm a big Trey Wingo is full of shit guy, but I do know people like him.
Yeah, and he did. Do they? He did he did have a long sports media, so we assume he has inside